Okay, let's roll right it now, and let's hear from our race-winning team in tonight's 34th annual drive for the Cure 300, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina NASCAR Xfinity Series race here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And our race winner is Austin Dillon. He drives the number 33 Ream Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing. He's joined up front here by his crew chief, Danny Stockman Jr., and car owner Richard Childress. This is Austin's 6th career NASCAR Xfinity Series victory, and his 3rd in 19. Excuse me, it's his 4th win here this year in 2015, and he completes the sweep at Charlotte, and wins the. Both races here in Charlotte, the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So congratulations go out to Austin Dillon. And Austin, just talk about this win here tonight and what it means to you, and to be able to get the sweep here and kind of in your backyard, obviously your home track, and outstanding performance here tonight. Just tell us about it.
Yeah, this one meant a lot. We've won most of my races from the pole, and usually lead a lot of laps. But tonight we started off a little off, and Danny and I just kept hounding him that we were really off of turn 2. We started framing the car up, and he made some really big swings. The second run was closer, and the third run I figured that we were as good as the 2 out front, just needed to get the track position back that we had lost on that first run. The caution came out, and I felt like our car was very capable of winning the race. Had to choose. We were 3rd on the restart. That worked out really well. Had really good launch all night on the restarts, and went through turn 2 and just kind of stayed low. I think they got to side drafting each other and got a run, and then never lifted through 3 and 4. Just tried to run through there as hard as I could, because I knew the race was going to be won right there when you got clean air. After that, it was a little bit of a battle trying to figure out on the next restart where I wanted to start it, bottom or top, and I wanted Brad behind me because I figured he had a little more experience on restarts, and I had a little more momentum with him behind me. So it worked out, and just held off Eric till he started getting tight or loose or whatever he did. And we were pretty loose that whole last run, but it played off well for us.
Thank you, Austin. And crew chief Danny Stockman Jr. Danny, just talk about crewing this team here to victory tonight, and what went into getting this team championship ready here this evening here at Charlotte.
Yeah, like Austin said, we definitely didn't fire off like we'd like to have. We kind of sat down after practice last night and tried to figure out what we needed to do to be good tonight, and we kind of just went the wrong direction and had to take quite a bit of that back out. And we had a really good car yesterday in practice, but had to take it all out, and it paid off. We had plenty of time to make adjustments. We made a really big swing the first pit stop and got the car pretty close, and then from there on out it was just a fine tuning. So just really proud of everybody at RCR and ECR for everything they do for us, and it's just fun to be able to work with Austin and see how much he has gained over the last few years, and where he is as a race car driver nowadays. And he's a lot smarter than he was a few years ago. So
You saying I'm too smart sometimes, right?
yeah, he's still pretty arrogant on the radio, but he's coming a long way, and just looking forward to seeing him compete on Sunday for wins.
Good deal, Danny. And Richard, wow. Richard, it never gets old winning these races. And I know it's a big deal for you and your family and your entire organization. Just talk about Austin and, the job he's done here, not only this evening, but, he's maturing as a race car driver, and that's got to make you feel awful proud.
Yeah, it's, I'm really proud of him. He's done a great job, and I can see, like Danny says, improvements constantly. I watched him in the Cup car today, and he was consistent, so steady and solid on his lap times, and that's what it takes. And when you get out on Sundays and Saturdays, this is a big step, even this series, to run in the Xfinity and to win here. And but I'm really proud of him. He's figured something out at this track. You know, he gets around here really good. And I don't know if you won the truck race, but I know you led some laps. Y'all were right there with it. But he done really good. He won the first one with a different crew chief, won this one with Danny Stockman. He's figured something out, but really proud of him and Danny Stockman's whole team. They've done a great job making this deal win for Ream. I'm proud of them.
Take questions now for the three gentlemen up front here. If you have one, raise your hand. We'll start here with Mike on the front row, and then we'll go to Bob and then Chris.
Mike Neff from FrontStretch.com. This one's for Danny. Mortar shell falls on your car at the start of the race. You did a great job of moving Austin out of the way, but then you were pretty much worried about your car and not about him. Were you more concerned just that his fire suit was out and that the car was okay at that point?
Well, to be honest with you, it was like looking at a movie screen and seeing a ball of light crashing right in front of you, and I was like, I thought it was not real for a second. Then it kind of went in between the door and Austin's butt, and it burnt his fire suit up. Good thing he had a.
It did, yeah. It got me pretty good.
I mean, it burnt the wrap on the car.
It would have hurt if I didn't have fire suit on.
They tell kids don't play with fireworks for a reason.
Heck, I was praying with my girlfriend, and I think it was a sign from God. He said, "You getting ready to have a good night or something? Put your butt in gear."
Yeah, I mean, as it fell, it hit the left front side skirt and went underneath the car. And as hot as the whatever's coming off that fireworks is, it could burn something underneath there. So we checked it out and it was all good. But that was pretty wild.
Bob Parker, ESPN. Austin, did you even see it, or did you just feel it? And then after the race in Victory Lane, when they were shooting off the fireworks above you, did you have any worries?
Man, I get so jacked up when we win, I don't even know what's going on. So, like I said, I had my head down, I was praying, and I kind of had a glimmer of light. And I was like, oh, it's just more fireworks, but it was actually there. It was like beside me. And it started burning, and I jumped and kind of pushed her out of the way. And
I think I grabbed it.
I don't know. It was weird. It was it's pretty crazy. Oh yeah, it burnt. I bet I got a burn. It hurt a little bit. It wasn't. It was crazy.
Chris
Knight, catchruns.com. Austin, 16 races, 14 top tens, 6 poles, 4 wins. What do you contribute everything to the success this year?
2 years in the Cup Series. 1 year where it was just a kind of a hard struggle and just having to teach yourself to learn and looking at data as much as I can to get better, just trying to be a better race car driver. It takes everything. You just can't get in these cars and expect them to be good. You have to work on it each and every time you get to the track, and then when you do get a good car, you look good when you have it all matched up. I think it's where guys like Jimmy Johnson's worked really hard to be very competitive in the car, and you see him dominate races. It's from all the hard work he puts in, and then when Chad gives him the right car, it makes him look special.
Let's go all the way back in the back. Go ahead.
Jacob Seelman, Race Chaser Online and Performance Motorsports Network. I've got 2 questions. First for Austin. 2 wins at Charlotte, the season sweep in NASCAR's backyard, and you haven't been too bad on the Cup side here either, back in the 600 in May. I mean, how sweet is it for you guys as a team, knowing all the success that RCR's had in the past here, to be able to come here and now pull off the sweep in the Xfinity car here at Charlotte?
Well, it's very special. You want to be able to back up what you did in the spring because you know you're capable of doing it, and it puts a lot of pressure on everybody, the guys included, and they want to see. They know that we went to Victory Lane, so they put a lot of extra effort into working hard to come here to do the same thing, and it just means a lot. I learned something testing with Danny in 2013. We came here. We sucked here in 2012. We just couldn't quite figure it out, and we stayed here testing all night. Weren't very good, and we hit on something, and I just started, changing the driving style, and I've kind of kept that driving style since I've learned that little bit I had that night, and it's worked for me.
And this could be either for you or for Danny. Maybe both of you have a little bit of insight on this, but you and your brother actually switched crew chiefs. Danny came back over to work with you about the end of June, and it seems like ever since then, this 33 car on the Xfinity side has just taken off and been so eerily consistent in the times that you've been in it. I mean, do you guys attribute that to the fact that the two of you are back together after all the success you had on the truck side and, you know, the start of your Xfinity career, or is it just something that you guys found within the organization?
When we won the championship in 2013, you know, it was hard leaving each other. You know, obviously it's the only person you know, and you build a lot of confidence with each other. And when you have that, it's a tough deal, but we made the decision to, you know, go to the Cup level. We wanted more experience. We wanted Danny to take his game to the next level and mine. And now after we've been through a lot of change, and no one likes change, and you go through that, you develop new skills, and you learn to get better. And I think when it all said and done, now we're back together and we've gotten better, and it's just the quality of each other, talking to each other is still there. So then you just pile it up. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think, you know, I mean, it's pretty simple that Ty and myself struggled together. It's all about a relationship, and I feel that our relationship is a lot alike. Our personalities are a lot alike, and Ty's doing a better job with Nick than he did with me. I mean, it's just, that's what it's all about. It's chemistry. You see it on Sunday. The media talks about it all the time, and how important chemistry is with your driver. I mean, it's just like anything you do. If you can read somebody's facial expressions and read the way they walk through the garage and all that stuff, and that's what it's all about. I mean, everybody does a good job, but when you mesh with somebody and you have the chemistry, I think that's the difference between just okay and good, you know.
We kind of know what we thrive off of. I mean, I get a little angry at him sometimes, and then he gets a little angry back at me, and then I drive harder for some reason or something. I don't know what it is, but we didn't start the practice very well. We were messing around and hitting the track, and finally got it across to him we needed to get off the track, and we rolled. It was good.
Any other questions? We'll go two more. We'll go to Mike and finish with Chris.
Mike Neff, frontstretch.com for Austin. The Xfinity cars have used a tapered spacer for a while, and now you're getting that in the Cup level. Do you feel like being able to come back and run these races gives you a little better feel? Even though you got more horsepower at Cup level, it's still kind of that throttle response that you get with the tapered spacer up there?
Yeah, I think they're very similar at certain tracks. The Xfinity cars seem to run better when you're free, loose. I haven't quite figured out everything in the Cup car yet. Just still working at that. But we've gained a lot this year. Slugger's come over, and we've gained a lot over there to make our stuff better. And he's been doing a good job of coming over and listening to what I'm saying about the Xfinity car when we do have that. And we just keep developing. And I think hopefully, I mean, my goal is to do this on Sundays. You know, we want to work at that. And I think RCR has every bit of resources. Our grandfather's putting so much into this, and I want it for him really bad to put him in victory lane on Sunday. So just got to keep up the hard work. We've proved we can do it on Saturday. Now it's time to do it on Sunday.
Austin, Ty ended up with your car that you won in Vegas and Charlotte here in May, and then you had brought a different car. How was that car tonight compared to what you had in May, and we use this car again?
Well, I think we'll use it again. I mean, that was pretty good, and you just try and develop and keep developing on everything every time. You know, our cars are coming out of the shop very similar every week. You can't get stuck on a piece of metal, but sometimes you just have ones that you feel a little more comfortable with. And this one was a good one, and that one was too. And we'll just keep trying to build fast race cars at RCR, and that's what's going to take to get to that next level.
Austin, I believe I heard out in the Victory Lane celebration that you had maybe dedicated this race here tonight to a couple of folks that were battling breast cancer. Maybe tell us about that, as with it being Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, you know, there's so many people affected by breast cancer, and you know, dedicated to all the people that have been affected by it. But for me, you know, it was my mom's best friend, Tammy, who went through it and watched her struggle through it. And it's just a tough thing to go through and watch someone you love go through. So it's a good night for me to give this trophy back to Tammy and Becky Bray from our team at Dow. She's been at all the races and always been behind me as a driver from Dow, and she wanted to be here this weekend. She's our representative for Dow, and we took a picture out there, a poster for her, and it's just it's cool, and we'll do everything we can to get them this trophy, my helmet, my shoes, whatever, that will hopefully bring them some cheer when they're going through some of those tough chemo treatments that they have to go through. And man, it's just something that you don't want to see anybody go through, because it's a very tough disease.
Thank you very much. Certainly a great win here tonight for the number 33 team. Austin, Danny, Richard, congratulations, and continued best success across all of the series. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.